Welcome back to the 5 themes of geography. So obviously we started with movement, regions, and now we're into the third theme, human-environment interaction. And what human-environment interaction is actually pretty simple. It's how people interact with the environment around them. And there's 3 ways that they do that. People depend on the environment, they adapt to the environment, and they change their environment. Let's look at some examples to make this pretty easy to understand. How do people depend on their environment? Farmers every single year depend on their environment to produce rain and sun so they can grow crops. How do people adapt to their environment? Well, do you put a sweater on when it's hot? That's adapting to your environment. Do people put air conditioners in their house when it's the middle of summer? That's adapting to their environment. You're making a change because of the environment around you. And how do people modify the environment? We do this all the time. Anything we do to the environment, anything we build on the environment, houses, sidewalks, parks, cities, these are all examples. Like I said, in New England, the farmers depend on weather for their crops. Here's an example of how people adapt to their environment. They build an igloo. And here's a great example of how we modify our environment. If you take a look at the picture here, these are all modifications, all these here, to our environment. And here's another image of how people change their environment around them. Our 4th theme is location. Location is a place of settlement, activity, or residence. There are 2 types of location. So when we ask for a place's location, we're going to ask for its relative location or its absolute location. And these are 2 totally different types. If you're asking for a place's relative location, it's kind of where it's nearby. It's not an exact, it's not a specific, but where it's nearby. An absolute location describes the place's exact position on the Earth. That's going to give you the longitude and latitude coordinates, which our next video will talk about. Here's 2 good examples. So Windsor Locks is the topic. If you ask what's the relative location of Windsor Locks, well, it's near East Windsor and Enfield, it's near the airport, and it's near the river. Those are all great relative locations. But its absolute location is 41 degrees north, 72 degrees west. See the difference? Our next module will talk about how we can pinpoint locations and absolute locations. Our final theme of geography is place. Great picture, by the way. And place is a simple one. It includes the location's physical and human features. So if we were studying, say we were studying Egypt, and the theme we were looking at is place, we'd be looking at all of the physical features that Egypt has and all of the human features that Egypt has. Thanks for listening. We'll be taking off with longitude and latitude plotting with our next video.